We are live, and we just want to catch everybody up with what we have been doing the last, man, I don't know, like 24 hours, honestly.
Yeah, this is the start of our trip, so.
Yeah, this was the very first case we was working on this second leg of our summer trip, and we got some. Essentially, let's slow down here real quick. Let some more people funnel in. But essentially, while we're waiting, the case we're working on is William Bragg and Ralph Belvedere. They were buddies. They went missing 2015 October out of Anderson, Indiana. Everything that we found online is not much. They were last known to be traveling in Belvedere's vehicle, which was a black 2002 Pontiac Aztek. And foul play is suspected, though they didn't really give any details on that. They didn't really release the details to the public. Mm-hmm. So that's what we really had to go on. Is investigators said the condition of the house didn't indicate that he planned to be gone for an extended period of time. The case remains unsolved. That's essentially what we had to go on when we got to town. Right. So we figured out. I mean, did we actually? I mean, we knew the town. The town was small-ish, and we had we had the address, so we knew kind of the vicinity he lived in, and we just started hopping lakes.
Yeah, we had basically one road.
It was one road, and it's that's where all these lakes are. So we're thinking, what a great place to start.
Yeah.
And we went to the first one, and it was private, and the homeowners association.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
President, he said no. He said, not without a court order. No, I don't want you looking. Which is weird, because all we want to do is search it and clear it. But no, he said not without a court order. But he also said that place was fenced off since the 90s.
Yeah.
And he was pretty confident nobody could hide a car there. But even still, we didn't get to look there. But so we went to the next lake, which was public.
The only public.
I guess, yeah, there's one
area, I believe. Right.
Yeah, well, I guess technically that third lake we searched, but they're connected. It's it was two lakes in one.
Yeah, that's still kind of the same.
But searched them. And found a car with the sonar right off the bat. Dove it. You dove it. What'd you find?
So, so it was 20 feet to the left of the boat ramp. I don't know the name. What was the name of that lake?
Ooh.
It's in Anderson.
It's in the book, I think, but...
It was something Memorial. Shady
something.
Shady Side Memorial Park boat ramp, I think. But Aqua Gardens was the...
Yeah, Aqua Gardens.
That was the lake south of this lake.
If you guys are in the area, I'm sure you know of this place. But yeah,
Shady Side.
Shady Side, okay. So we did sonar. That one popped... At first, it looked weird on the sonar. It definitely was something, but it didn't look like a car immediately. So we did a bunch of different turns. With sonar, you have to go over it a bunch of times, and even then, it can still be tricky. But this one, the second or third time, it was a car.
Yeah. 100% a car, upside down. We couldn't tell it was a car or SUV. Definitely knew, even if it was upside down, it was a pickup truck.
Yeah, I'll say it's kind of an SUV we were looking for, an Aztek, right?
Yeah, Pontiac Azteks are weird looking, but I guess they're classified as an SUV.
When I dove down on this thing, to me, I'm thinking SUV. I'm trying to look for an SUV. It was a car. But honestly, it felt underwater like an SUV. It's kind of weird. Things change when you're underwater. They really do. The colors change, the size of things. It's weird, man.
But what do red vehicles look like underwater?
They look pink.
Oh,
they do.
Oh.
Red vehicles look bright, hot pink. I guess it depends on the water. This water was clear, surprisingly. It's the clearest water I've seen in months, and I can see the whole car pretty well. So it was a Chevy Impala, and I pulled the plate off.
Ended up being stolen.
Yeah.
And they got the car out, and man, so we did. Let me give you a little recap here, and it was irritating, but we find the car, we mark it with the buoy, we call the police to give them the tag, and I guess this doesn't happen that much in this town, because
no,
they really made a big scene out of this car. They had a lot of police around. They shut this park down, and then all of a sudden they put up crime scene tape, and they started treating us like we were just Joe Schmo who's hanging out. So we didn't get to. Here's the other thing: we was gonna rig the car up for the tow company, and they was gonna pull it out. And right as Adam was walking in, what'd that cop tell you?
Well, we'd already been we had been waiting for like several hours, I think, right before that
for the rotator to show up.
for the
so we could do
rotator,
it.
the bigger rig.
Mm-hmm.
And then they told me at first, well, I think it was the police and the other tow truck driver. They're like, "Yeah, I can dive it." So I go get all my gear on.
Mm.
It takes a minute to put everything on. It's a lot of weight too. And I'm walking to the water, and this cop comes around the truck, and she's like, "Oh, you can't dive.
Yeah, she said
We got to get our people to dive."
she spoke to her sergeant, and they don't want you diving.
And
in.
I'll say I'm fine. I don't mind other teams diving. It was just the timing was impeccable. And I'm like, that's my only kind of gripe is like they could have let me know before I put everything on. And
yeah, that was
so
they shut us down.
yeah.
So Adam couldn't do it, and then and like they love to use the word liability.
They did say that a lot.
And so the cop was like, well, we need to move everybody back behind the crime scene tape, which was up in the parking lot. And I'm already hot because I'm like, dude, we did all this work. We found this car. We want to film it because ultimately that's what pays the bills and gets us out here to be able to do this. Mm-hmm. And they didn't care. They had no care. They're like, nope, move back. Don't care. Very robotic. Very like, nope, don't care. And Adam thought, what if we get in a boat? And the cop was like, well, we can't regulate the water. And so we got to stay in the boat, and so we still got to see, but it wasn't the best camera work ever because we're out there in this boat for hours.
And it got dark too, so.
Yeah, it was pitch black. It was 10:30 at night before they was done, and we could. Well, man, the sun would have been up, and that car would have been out if they'd have let you just rig it up.
I'm not here. We're not here to like hate on anybody or any department.
I'm not hating. I'm definitely venting.
They have a lot of red tape they got to go through. It takes them, a lot longer. They had like 3 or 4 divers out. When in reality, you really need one person, but it's like a safety thing. I mean, they have their.
Oh, they got procedures. They got booklet. Officially how they do it. We just wing it and do what we do. That's just.
And I was talking to one of the officers, and he said that this doesn't happen much. So if anything, it's good training for their department.
Yeah, and they seemed. I mean, they had a good dive team.
Yeah, their dive guys were really. Everybody was cool. I mean, we have. I wish I could have dove it and rigged it myself because I really enjoy doing that. It was a stolen car. We already knew that because I pulled the plate.
Mm.
They treated it like it was a person in the car, which I guess is not bad necessarily. But.
Yeah, they're saying that happened to Jacob. Now that's another thing. What happened to Jacob? Like I didn't see his live or anything, but what I hear is he found a missing person. I kind of understand that they don't want to they don't want that to get out there on the World Wide Web of seeing something graphic. But at the same time, cut us a break. I was like, this is how we pay for this. Yeah. So it was so irritating to try to shut us down.
We're respectful. If the family doesn't want something shown, we're not gonna. We'll never show anything.
I'm not being rude about it. I'm not gonna stick the camera in the windows. But this was a stolen car. Confirmed. Nobody's in it. It shouldn't be a big deal. Just drag it out. Let us film everything. But no, there was definitely by the book, down to the wire, and it was quite annoying. But
yeah, I get it, but it was a little hindering for our filming purposes, trying to get a video for you guys.
It was funny as I told the cop, I was like, "Hey, we found the car. We do this for a living. Can we film?" And he was so robotic. He was looking through me. Y'all need to get behind the tape. And I was like, "Did you hear what I said? Get behind the tape." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, he's not even. Are you even here?" It was weird, but I digress.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Yeah.
Moving forward. That's what happened last night. And
you got some new information.
Yeah. So here's what I was getting at. This whole live stream is about. We got new information. We got to meet the family of William Bragg, and you talked to Ralph's daughter on the phone, right? I believe.
Oh yeah.
The lady had her on speakerphone.
Yeah, a little bit.
So we got to get some more information from the family that I don't think was really out there for the public. Anybody could read it online. It's not like top secret information, but it's just more detailed information. And
it's not on the usual sites.
Yeah, it's not. It's just not. It's not Googleable, but it's I don't know. Either way. So what we found out is the family definitely thinks foul play, and what I've been hearing is that the bad guy who did this possibly made his way all the way to southern Alabama with William and Ralph, and that's where they disappeared. There was a girlfriend of the bad guy, and she confirmed that he was acting really weird when he got there, and he wouldn't let her anywhere near the car. And then he disappears, and then he comes back like 3 hours later walking without the car. So it sounds like he went somewhere in southern Alabama, disposed of the car, and that's where we're going to find these missing people. So that's where we're going to head to next with this case, which is a long ways because we're up by the where are we now? We're in Mishawaka, Indiana, which is like I guess south of Detroit, a ways, but not too far. We're like right by.
No, we're up north.
We're right the Great Lakes.
I think we're right by Lake Erie. I think the river we're searching tomorrow runs right into Lake Erie, so we're north, but it's 4.5 hour drive from where we live in Georgia, and you're 3 hours extra for you because you got to come to my house.
Yeah, it's like a 6-7 hour drive, something like that.
So I'm thinking after this trip, we're going, regroup. You got to make sure Carrie doesn't leave you because you keep running off. But and then we'll make our way down there, and like it's honestly there's only a couple places to search, so it's a really good chance we could find some answers for the family. And it's really different because William's brother walked up to us and he just introduced himself, and I was like, I didn't expect that. I was like, man,
and they were really appreciative.
Yeah, and I felt sorry. I was like, I'm so sorry we didn't reach out to you, even though I guess we did send a message, but maybe it just got lost in.
Oh yeah, several Facebook messages to several people. I got a response from a niece, gave me a thumbs up, but wouldn't write anything else.
Yeah, so we did reach out, but sometimes that happens. I don't blame the family for anything. Most of the time, the family doesn't even believe that anybody wants to help, so they think it's a scam. But
well, that and Facebook hides messages when they're not from friends.
Yeah.
So I've been over a year before without.
But either way, we got to meet the brother, and you talked to the daughter. So now it's almost feels. I don't know. It feels to me like now it's just a little bit more personal, because now we're starting to get a bigger story, more details, and things that aren't true that we read online. That are skewed, or like they didn't have the facts right when they put it out online. So, but yeah, it's like that day too when Jared found the chick, the lady in the soul.
Oh yeah.
We was looking in the wrong spot until the cops.
We didn't have that piece of information that we needed, a crucial piece of information. This one's several states away, which is a little different than,
different county,
Florida, but it may be the key piece to helping us solve this. So.
There's a comment right there, and I do see the comments coming in. I know we've gotten some super chats, and I do appreciate it. You don't know how much money that county spent on just that effort last night, unless they would have just let us rig it and pull it out. All the paychecks and hazard pay that tow company.
The tow company, they were awesome. Northwest Towing. The guy was, I didn't catch his name, but he was really nice and really supportive of what we're doing, and he. Yeah, so shout out to Northwest Towing. They were great.
They were the nicest. The cops, they kind of blew us off the second that they got the car out. Didn't really talk to any of them. It was kind of different. Usually they're pretty nice, but these ones are like, they didn't care. But I was a little bitter about it. I'm not gonna lie.
But this is obviously they haven't dealt with this much. I think the more our videos, and all our teams are searching and finding cars, I think it's gonna only get better. They'll see that we do this and we know what we're doing as well, and that they don't. Unless they really want to, we don't mind other teams diving if they have their own team, because it is good training for them. I feel like we want to do it. I just feel like they didn't. It was almost like they didn't. I don't know. I got the feeling that they didn't believe us. That we. It was kind of a weird feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but they got the car out, so they.
But honestly, luckily we're not. We're here. We're here for the families,
right?
And the families are always appreciative of any help they get. So.
Yeah, we cleared. So that's the good thing. We didn't find the car we were looking for, but we cleared a big section of the water, and now the family knows. That's one more place that they don't have to worry about, or it doesn't need to be searched again. Although there's always a chance there could be more stuff, but I feel pretty confident, and that we found that one.
Yeah.
And we were both running sonar, so we had 2 different sonars cover.
Yeah, that's something we're doing a little different. Like tomorrow, for instance, we're going to be out on our big boat, and he's got his sonar running off the left side, port side, and I'm running my Garmin off the right while I drive. So essentially, we got 2 sonars running at the same time of different brands, And our thought process behind that is, he might see something on his sonar that I'll miss on mine, or vice versa.
Because they work in different ways.
Yeah, they're different ways, different pictures. You know, his down imaging, his leaps and bounds better than mine. I got the live scan, so like we can say it's just. So now we have like twice the power on one boat, so there's no way we're gonna miss anything, and it's working really good so far. So we found cars, and I've missed him, and he's like, "There's a car," and I was like, "No way," and I back up, and there it is. So I think it's a good idea. I mean, it's overkill, but at least we're not gonna miss anything.
Yeah, and I don't know if some of you guys saw one of my last videos is like I went over a spot. Well, it was kind of a tricky spot. There was tides involved, but I missed a vehicle, and Jacob was able to find them thankfully and solve Lamar Green's case yesterday, I believe. But it just goes to show you like it's easy to miss vehicles, even if you've been looking at sonar a lot, and you've been doing it a lot longer than me. So I'm still learning a lot. And this is a new sonar to me. I haven't used as much, but like having two different kinds.
You got the Apex.
The Apex. It's a great machine. They just each do things differently. So I mean, our hopes is that we can, learn from each other, learn from others, and just find more and more cars, solve more cases, and.
I bet there's a way like to find, or like a lot of these guys use the Apex or the Humminbird. It's like there's a lot more dials on that thing. Like mine, they've dumbed it down, so. It's pretty easy to dial it in.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Like,
for sure. I mean, in every body of water, it's almost like you got to constantly tweak the settings because the water's differently. I don't know all the technical terms of like the minerals and stuff in the water. I mean, every body of water is different though.
They told, like when I was doing the Google trying to learn everything I can about Garmin.
Yeah.
One guy was essentially like, yeah, chocolate water, use this color.
Oh really?
Clear water, use this color. I was like, if you're wearing polarized glasses, use this color. And I'm like, and that's about it. And there was like personal preference. Panoptics, you could dial it in, and I found that online how to dial it in, and that works pretty good. So
are we searching here?
We are. We're at an RV park right now, about 20 minutes from where we're gonna search. We're gonna be in the river for the next 2 days, or until we find the missing person. What is his name? Or actually, I got
have the whole case file.
I do have the case file.
Jonathan. Yeah, number 3.
Number 3. We got Jonathan Allen Hamby, and he went missing 2017. 5 years? 17?
Yeah.
Not
it was 5 years.
5 years ago.
As far as these cases go, 5 years is not that long. I mean, that car is still going to be perfectly intact, and if 5 years, he could still be alive. So, God willing, we don't find him, and he is out there somewhere. But chance it doesn't happen that much, even though we wish it would. But yeah, we got. It's a very long story. I would say if you really want to know the case we're working on, just Google Jonathan Hamby, Mishawaka, Indiana. 2017 is when he went missing, and that's the guy we're looking for. Younger gentleman, I think he was 38.
37.
Or 37 at the time of his dis. He was in his 30s, and he has a BMW 530 2006. And
it was his prize baby.
Yeah, it's a smaller car though, right?
Yeah, he left the car. I don't know if it's a coupe. I think it's probably.
I have a picture on the next page.
It might be a 4-door. Let's see the next page.
Because he had a picture in his room of his car, him with his car.
Yeah, it's 4-door, but it's
okay.
It's just it's a BMW.
Yeah. So I mean, apparently, I think this river is. It doesn't look extremely wide, but it looks like it's got a good current to it. So we do have the big boat. I think we're going to take that out tomorrow, which I think you guys probably have seen already. Hopefully.
What's that? Big boat?
Your new boat. Have you talked about that on the live?
I don't know about a live, but I know we've talked about it in like the videos where you dove on all the cars.
Yeah, it's coming handy, extremely handy, especially in our last trip. The Missouri River was.
I think it was roaring.
The worst river I've ever been in.
Yeah, personally, I think you should have rigged the car. I agree, and
if I was 5 minutes earlier, well, I would have. I think.
Yeah.
It was just a timing thing. Maybe it was just happenstance, whatever. But
now I talked to the cops, and I personally, I want to move forward with this. Is let's say in this circumstance, we find a car. I have info on the John Hamby. I'll Facebook message you. Awesome, do that. We find a stolen car. It's easily accessible to us off the boat ramp or something. And now here's the thing: we need an inside man because we find a tag, we have to call the cops to get them to run it because we just don't have a way to run a tag.
Most of the time they don't have tags though.
I've been given let's see, epicvin.com. They have given me like 100 credits so I can run tags. In this case, we had the tag. I ran the tag. It didn't pop up on epicvin.com.
Right.
But the cops ran it and it came back stolen. So the police just have they just their
Different system.
yeah, their system is set up to do this that we don't have access to. So if we had an inside man, a cop who's watching per se,
I've had people say. Actually, I have somebody. Somebody's emailed me that.
We'll put the number out online, and if the car comes back stolen, no missing people, we clear the car underwater, the windows are open, nothing in it. We'll just pull this car ourselves. Right. We'll get it up on the shore, park it in a parking spot, then call the cops. And then they can show up and be like, "Why is this car here?" We're like, "Oh, we did all the work for you. All you got to do is."
Yeah. And we've found a lot of cars.
There's no shortage. Every time we go out, we find
a year or two.
And like this last trip, we found a car. I think on every trip, but none of them were our missing person.
Yeah, every dive.
And we're not most of the time able to pull them out.
No, I bet that Tahoe we could have got out if we could have gotten the back there and just pull it straight up. I think that would have been fun. But we just
can they charge you with stolen property though, or littering? What do you? I don't know. I don't know technically.
I mean,
if we pull out a vehicle.
Well, if somebody throws a beer can in the river, I can walk into the river and pick it up and take it out, and call somebody if I can't take it with me. It's like, can you take this beer can and throw it away for me? Well, it's just some stupid analogy.
But the other thing is, we could get the VIN number or the VIN off cars that don't have license plate. We can't run anything. We can't know more details about the history of these vehicles. But if we pull them out, then we can get the VIN. We can run that. We can actually investigate and learn more.
And we can still get the tow companies to help us.
Yeah.
Because they do help out. We usually give them like a lot of advertising, so they'll come. So chances are they would come just to haul the car off. It'd be very easy to pick the car up, and I know they have a process that takes forever, but at least I can scrap it later on and get some money out of it. But and they get lots of free advertising out of it too. I think the LEO will be more receptive to your help. It's going to take time. I think eventually they'd be more than happy for the private sector to help out. Hey, what's going on here? Carrie's say.
Oh, yeah, Carrie's in here.
Yeah, she's making fun of you, I think.
Of me?
She's like, off topic, but wouldn't this camera angle be a good setup for a Wasted Air podcast?
Wasted Air,
Does look pretty good, I heard about that Wasted Air. They're a bunch of goofballs.
It's not a bad setup.
But
Maybe if I just push you out of there.
But so in a nutshell, that's what's going on. We're going to take this case to a part 2, and it's going to take us all the way down to South Alabama. And that's where we're going to be in, we'll say 2-3 weeks once we get done.
As soon as we can get down there.
Yeah, once we get done with this trip, we'll make our way back home.
It'll be the first one.
And that'll be the first one we're going to do. It's going to be a weekend trip. We'll run down there, we'll scan for the day, see what we can find. If not, we'll head back home. But then we'll know that those lakes are clear.
It's really only like a few areas.
And there's one big lake, and then there's one small lake.
So.
But chances are, it's too convenient.
Yeah.
Because the town's very small too. Oh. But what we got going on here? I can't stand HOA presidents. They're all snobby.
Well, talking about private lakes, that is one issue we have sometimes when we're not looking in a river. When we're looking in an area where it's just like a lot of little ponds, most of the time they're private. Almost all the time they're private ponds and stuff like that. So it's hard to get permission sometimes. Sometimes the residents are really okay with what we're doing, but like we have to, go through the proper line and get permission from the president, which I don't know why he wouldn't just let us search.
No, he was very maybe he got something to hide.
Because he said that there's no way to get a car in there, but another guy we talked to later that day in the area, he said
he said he knows
he said he could have gotten a car, years ago in there. So I don't know.
It's crazy how hot it is here. It's actually not bad, but like when we was talking to that guy, he was like, "Oh yeah, in the winter this thing freezes over."
Oh, it freezes. Oh yeah, the
I was like,
temperature.
man, winter. I keep forgetting how north we are. Like the
full
winter is
spectrum.
probably like cold because we don't get no freezing winters up north or up north down south where we're at. But that's what we're up to. Candace, you're watching. Any questions popping up over there?
Yeah. Does your wife dive?
Why she doesn't dive? No, you don't dive.
She dives into researching.
Yeah, she's our research, and she keeps me in line, and she keeps us fed. She does a lot. I don't show much appreciative, but if I was a foot rubber, I'd rub her feet.
Oh.
Yep. What else you got?
Love your new RV. It's beautiful.
It is a good headquarters.
Yeah, so they're pulling the RV, I'm pulling the big boat, and I have actually figured out a way to strap the little inflatable boat on top of the big boat. So depending on the water, we can just switch and go.
See, like Nug's got a blankie.
He does have a blanket.
It is.
I didn't want to say anything, but I have a blanket.
See?
Why doesn't Carrie have a wrench? We can fix that, but I'm not logged in as you at the moment.
Oh, I was like,
Can you just?
I forgot, like, moderator.
Can you do that on?
You have to do it on the phone.
I know, but like, where is she?
You have to find Carrie. Say hi.
She's around there. She's around somewhere. Outdoor with Ron.
Uh,
If she wants it, did she say she wanted to be a moderator? I don't know.
She's gonna start kicking everybody out.
why is it more challenging to identify vehicles that haven't been underwater long?
Why is it more challenging to like? It's more challenging to find them because, yeah, like if you have a shiny piece of metal, the sonar doesn't really pick it up as well as something covered in scum and dirt.
So the dirtier it gets, the better it is to see.
Yeah.
Until it starts breaking down.
Like these muscle cars we found in Oak Ridge, like man, they look good on sonar. But then you get down there, you're like, this is a '60s model muscle car. But the pickup, let me see here, that red pickup truck we dove on in that creek.
Yeah.
All you could see was the shadow, but you couldn't even tell there's a vehicle there except for the shadow.
I mean, the depth has a lot to do with it too. I feel like if it's, especially in like tide conditions, like.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many factors, but that's typically the newer the car, that the whole shiny reflective thing kind of throws the sonar off.
How does Adam like his room?
How do they know about that?
How do you know about that room? Who's out
They
there?
probably saw my life.
Oh.
I love it.
Yeah, there's two different questions. How do you like the RV? How do you
the
like
the RV's great. I don't know how many of y'all seen it, but it's a huge blessing to have this space to allow us to comfortably travel, and it's like a good, we're out all day searching. A lot of times it can be serious. It can. What am I trying to say?
It's a good place to unwind.
To unwind, basically.
Because on the other RV, I mean, you had the hole up top.
Well, so we have 5 people in here.
Yeah, I got in
two
case you guys
kids,
didn't know, I got my
3
wife and my 2 kids, and then me and Adam. So it's
and
5.
5 cats.
Yeah, and then we brought
and 5 cats.
We brought all our pets with us, and we're all comfortable in this thing. So like, it's definitely a really good upgrade. Because now we have a headquarters, we can set up in an RV park.
Yeah, I can actually cook in this one.
Yeah, like it's really cool to have a home base on wheels. So it's really, it's new too. Because we're so used to sleeping in our like trailers, and I'm in that tent on top of my van.
I literally slept in my truck. I still will if I have to. By the way, just leaning my truck back.
What do the kids think of Uncle Adam?
Oh, is that a thing?
I guess you're Uncle Adam.
Uncle Adam. I feel like I'm old. I feel like I'm getting old.
You are getting old. Every time you get out of bed, you hear popping and cracking. And
One more thing. Oh man! Show us the cat. I don't know where they are. Oh, there's one right there.
There's one cat asleep on his bed. The other ones are back there.
Another one in the bed.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca Pence, for that donation.
Yes, thank
Holy
you.
smokes! Thank you very
Holy
much.
crap,
And
and
Seahawk.
Yeah, that's very good. Now, if you donate 99 cents, if you donate $500, every dollar that you guys donate is super appreciative, and you know how the world is going today, so the fact that you guys even donate to us anything is amazing, and everything that you do donate goes right back into the channel. Gas, food, keeps us on the road. We keep doing this. We get better gear just so we can keep doing what we're doing, so greatly appreciated. And if you don't want to give YouTube a chunk of your donations, you can always go to the PayPal. I think I might not even put the link in the description below, but it's my email. Candace will drop it in the description right now.
Oh, will I?
If you want to. And if you don't have any money to donate, that's no big deal. Just you watching and supporting it is really amazing too. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah. And do explain the RV. Yes, it looks big and grand, but we have been on our house for
Oh yeah, well let me explain
a
this.
decade and a half, and I gave up my dream home to get this.
You remember? I think I told you guys a while ago. We was finally going to try to get a better house. We've been in our starter home for what, 14 years.
Our 2-bedroom.
Yeah, it's a small house for a family, but we're making it work. And we was like, okay, man, it's time. We're gonna try to get a new house. And now, if you guys have been in the market, the real estate market is out of control. Like everything is so. You just bought a house, and
Yeah.
I bet your house 5 years ago, you probably could have got it for half that.
And it was not easy to even get a house.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
so we bid on 3 or 4 houses, and we got outbid by like, geez, 40, 50,000.
Ridiculous.
We did too.
amounts.
It was ridiculous, and we finally gave up. And so we ended up taking the money that we've saved, and we invested in the RV and a new truck. And so now we have the RV we wanted, and so now because of you guys ultimately, we can pay the bills and keep doing this. Now we can take our dream home with us, so to speak. Yeah.
Yep, and hopefully I don't lose my mind if we decide to actually go full time like we're thinking. Wish me luck homeschooling.
We'll see what happens. Because we're thinking after Christmas we might take an extended road trip. Strong might. We can't leave Adam behind.
Well, worst case, I can always fly out because I have my family at home too. So that's the other thing. Like it's doing this full time is a lot. I mean, if you guys watching the other dive teams as well, or it's a lot
actually
going
like
out. It's not easy by any means. It's
No, I
taken
mean,
us 5-6 years to get to this point.
it's fun, but at the same time, like yesterday,
Right.
we was like solid 10 hours
Yeah.
and into the night. So nobody likes to work late, but that's ultimately what we was doing.
But we just really love what we're doing. We really care about it. That's why before, luckily we're finally where we are now. We have a good place to sleep. But we would sleep in our truck on the roof of his van, like inside the back of the van. Like we would still be doing that today too.
I'm probably still gonna do it at times.
On smaller
I'll
trips, we
put
probably
it
will.
on the new truck. I don't even care. Somebody asked about the bathroom situation.
Oh, the bathrooms are great.
Believe it or not, oh my god, this thing's so ridiculous. He's got his own bathroom.
I do, yeah.
In his own room, in an RV. It's a fifth wheel, if you guys know. It's huge, but it's got 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, and a loft. The kids crawl up there and sleep in the loft. It's ridiculous. It's out of control, but it's definitely.
Fat cat wants you.
It's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing.
But yeah, we couldn't do this without everyone watching's help, and
Not to be
we have plans to even go, keep searching. We're just gonna keep traveling farther. Basically, it's a tool, really, to extend our reach, to go farther, to stay places longer, to search places more. And there's a cat. This is the biggest cat I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is our Cindy. She is.
To get off topic, but there's a cat.
How much does she weigh?
18 pounds.
18-pound kitty, and she's a big teddy bear. But she's traveling good with us.
But now I'm just thinking about it. If anyone, I'm hoping we find solve this case here. And what is it? Where are we at?
Mishawaka.
At least maybe we may end up finding other vehicles too, which we want to pull out. If anybody knows any tow companies, I'm just putting it out here now because it never hurts to have that contact information. If anybody's local or knows any places around here we should search, send us a message and let us know.
How hard is it in your dive gear to get back in that little blow-up boat?
It's hard just in a dry suit alone to get in the little boat. We have had 3 of us with all our dive gear in the little boat going across a big river before, though.
How
and
hard
sonar.
is it to get out of the water back into it?
Well, I couldn't do it without standing on something.
Oh, you're saying like, let's say we was out in the middle of the water.
Yeah.
If you don't, yeah. I mean,
you have to take your BC off, and then I separately.
We had to do it in Florida. Remember when the boat got away from us, searching for that ring?
Yeah, the tide came in.
I had to climb inside the boat from the water.
So essentially,
it can be done. It's not fun though.
Oh, I guess we tied the BC onto the side, and then we crawled into the boat, and then pulled our BCs in.
Yeah.
So it's doable.
There was a little spring, but the water went up, and the boat drifted away. So
it's not ideal.
We came out of the water, and the boat was like way away. I'm like, crap. So, I did have to climb into the boat.
People want to know. Well, one person's asking about can we get info about how your lives are going currently? But someone also asked, when you did your little road trip and you went through Vegas, did you happen to get married?
Oh, my road trip?
Was
no.
I was about to say, wait, did you?
No.
Were you hiding something?
Me and Carrie went on a road trip from Salt Lake City to Vegas, and that was a few months back. That was a really great drive. if you guys are ever looking for a good trip, get a camper van, go to Salt Lake City, and hit all the national parks and stuff to Vegas. It's
Get
great.
stuck in the sand.
We did not get married. We joked about it. We should be married by the end of the year, though.
You should have
It
done.
should be.
We will.
God willing, she still sticks around.
Carrie's just like, oh, God.
Oh, they're talking.
Turn off the light.
Oh, Jesus. You start getting texts. Shut up.
And someone asked, when is Carrie going to start traveling full time with us? I mean,
Carrie-
there's enough room for her.
I don't know about full time, but I think we'd definitely be able to get her to go on a trip.
From time to time, yeah. I mean, she's a full-time pharmacist, so
She's
and
got a
loves what she
banging
does,
job,
so
so
yeah,
it's
she's
tough to talk her into quitting that.
I mean, occasionally, I'm sure y'all will see her.
She'll be around.
Maybe I'll get her certified one day.
Let's see, we're going to
She can join our team.
We're gonna go to Florida in September for a week. Maybe she might make an
Well,
appearance
y'all
then.
might. I
Yeah.
might be on my honeymoon.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
When did you
we
get
figured
married?
out that was the same time as the honeymoon.
September.
Let's find the PTO. What does that mean?
Paid time off.
Ah, yes, it's very good. Neat. So when is the day? When are you getting married again? The month. What is it at time and date? Where at again?
I don't want to give out all.
Exact
It's
location.
September. Let's September.
Yeah, where's the
We're
venue?
making
now?
lots of plans and stuff,
We'll get every.
and we're still joking about going to Vegas and doing it.
You have an open wedding with all of you.
With all my
Everybody
subscribers.
just shows
A live
up.
stream wedding.
Open bar if you want to have any everybody show up. You have an open bar.
Since he's
Oh,
asked
nice.
a couple times, what do I do for a living?
She said, yeah, she accepted it. Wait, what do you do for a living?
What does your wife do for a living?
Everything.
You got to keep me. It's a full time job, but you got to keep my ass in line.
We couldn't be
Yeah.
doing any of these cases without Candace. Like,
No,
I'm
we'd have
also-
already.
I don't know what's going on half the time. We're just like in the car driving. And it's
We
just
would have
like-
already destroyed this thing. It would have the toilets be overflowing. We probably would have wrecked.
I'm
Cats would have ran away.
I'm a registered vet tech, so I do relief work when we're in town.
Yeah,
And then I have my cat toy channel.
there's it's
And
like,
I manage you.
so, yeah, I guess officially she's my manager. I haven't I'm sure we've both had offers, but you always get people like managing or YouTube agents, and I'm not feeling it. I was like, I don't need a total stranger to help me manage. I was like, Candace can help me with money, because ultimately, she wants to buy some shoes, and
Oh, I'm a big super. We're like, I want to feed the cats. And
don't go to Disney. Oh, I missed it, dang it. But we got 724 people in here. That's really cool.
That is really awesome. You guys are amazing. I mean, I guess
Yep.
the whole point to circle back was to give this update. I don't know. Do you want to re-update everyone?
Yeah, I get the whole point of this live stream, which I guess I already went through, and now we're just kind of BSing, but is if William Bragg and Ralph Belvedere is why we're in Indiana, and we searched the rivers or the lakes, found a car, wasn't theirs. Then we got new information that is taking us to South Alabama to do a part 2 of this video, searching a giant lake and in a little lake right next to each other. But everything's pointing that that's where they ended up. So we're gonna go all the way down there and search it. But it's gonna be a couple weeks at least till we can get down there. But it's gonna happen. So
we right now we're on a trip. We have 10, how many cases? 10, 14?
9.
9?
we got 9 more or 9 total.
9.
9 total.
A lot of cases right now for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we started on William and Ralph, and
Yeah.
now today.
Well, we had a little bit of a catfish one, but
Well, that was it happens. But there was a rumor that there was cars in the spot, and we went and looked, and there's no cars. But
we try to follow. We take everything seriously, even the rumor, a random message from someone like that doesn't even respond anymore that says, "There's cars here, go check it out." We try it. I mean, because you just never know.
Mhm.
So we try our best to
there are places like
cover every rumor, every theory from people.
But there are places, and there's places all over the world where you will find piles of cars in one
Yeah.
hole, because somebody has been stealing cars or chopping them up, and they'll just throw it forever and ever. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh, somebody like us comes along and pulls them all out and just ruins the whole operation. But
Yeah.
so everyone, what is the best type of something
laptop?
something?
For YouTube videos.
What is the best type of laptop for YouTube videos?
I've been looking at laptops right now because I don't have one. I edit everything from my home computer. So it depends on your money. I would say the one I'm looking at, which is like a good Mac. If you're a Mac person, the new MacBooks you can't go wrong with because they're just really good at editing. For PC, I would say like an XPS or a Dell or what do you have, a Raider? What is yours?
Mine's a gaming laptop.
Yeah, but really, any gaming laptop should be plenty good for editing videos. If you're editing 4K videos, that gets a little tricky, but really, any gaming laptop, go to Best Buy, you should be good.
Yeah, I mean, you get what you pay for.
You do,
Obviously,
yeah.
What is those? Alienware.
The Alien, well, that's
Those
a high-end gaming laptop. I mean,
yeah, but
if
you're buying the name too, because you
I
can get
would-
this just as powerful Dell as Alienware for like half the money.
yeah, but you probably want to spend at least $1,000 on a laptop.
Oh yeah, at least.
To edit on one.
They think you cleaned up most of the cars in Middle Tennessee. Oh no, there's plenty out
No.
there.
I've actually gotten messages that I was just looking at today. There's actually a lady just went missing
Oh really?
in the
Today?
neighboring community. 4 days. In Loudon. No. Shoot if I remember, but it's the county, Cumberland County. I think it's next to Sparta. Crossville, I think. But I was just reading on that. So like people are going missing. There's still missing people, and we still got piles of cars
Yeah.
that we still know about in Tennessee that we haven't gotten out yet. So lots to do in Tennessee.
But our goal, are like, we want to pull out as many cars as possible.
I want to start doing it myself. I just think it'd be fun. Big man toys.
I would love to get a tow truck.
I think that'd be fun personally, but just
If-
joysticks, like just it would just looks fun to me.
Because I mean, a big rotator, which is like, how much does that cost?
I don't think we'll ever have a road.
I know. I'm just saying, like, to compare it.
Well, let's say cheap side $500,000.
The one, if you saw yesterday in
Yeah,
my live in our video, I'm just saying that's overkill. That you can never go wrong with.
We're gonna have a fundraiser for a rotator.
But we've also
70 years later.
My point is, we
You-
pulled out more with less, way
you can do like
less.
the fireman calendar, but you can pose with cars like half in your wetsuit,
Yeah,
half
scuba
out.
suits.
Yeah, we're gonna have an Adam Brown calendar.
I would love to get like an old. We've talked about getting an old tow truck, just something with a big winch. But you want to try to do it with your truck, so
Well, I got this brand new truck, and obviously it's a dually, it's a big beast,
yeah.
and I'm gonna put a giant winch on it whenever I get the funds for it. But and that's when I'm gonna start actually seeing if I can pull these cars out all by myself. And I'm sure there's a way, but if I could get 2 winches on the front of the bumper, I could have 2 independent ones pulling. And it sounds stupid, I know, but it's just like a dumb man toy thing to do, and it'd be fun to watch. Even if we succeed or if we fail, it'd be fun to watch. It'd be a cool
Yeah,
YouTube
and
video.
worst case, this is only for stolen cars. Obviously, if we find a person, we're
Missing-
not going to pull it ourselves. That's
People
crazy.
like the calendar idea.
The
Of
calendar-
course they do.
Nobody wants a calendar
Nobody wants
with
to see
us.
this man bod on
Gosh.
a calendar.
Oh,
my
I
God.
think it would be great.
Oh my gosh. It'd be like me with the fish jumping in the boat. It's very cringy.
Which
No,
has
that-
only had, what, 20 million views?
Oh my gosh.
Rotator from
We
yesterday.
need to just do wasted air and keep going on this.
Wesley says the
podcast.
rotator from yesterday was about $650,000. It was a beast.
So, but you don't need. My point was, you don't need that. That if you have that, you're gonna be able to pull out anything basically. But we pull them out with the normal tow truck flatbeds, which is kind of equivalent to a winch that I think you're gonna try to get on your truck. The trick is you might have to put an airbag on every car if we try to do it ourselves. And I think we can.
Most
make it
cases, I mean, if it's on wheels and it's perfectly facing the boat ramp, I bet we could pull it right out. But most cases, we'll float it, and then you could pull it in by hand mostly. If they're
it's floating, yeah, you can pull it in by hand. The flipping, once you get it to the boat ramp, I think your truck could be able to flip it. And then we'll call the tow company to scrap it, or they'll call the police. But if you guys are watching, this is kind of an exclusive. What we plan on doing, just so you guys know, since y'all are watching now, you kind of get the. We're working on that, so hopefully this year we can start pulling cars out ourselves is our goal.
Yeah, and it's pass or fail. It'd be fun to watch.
It would be fun.
Because if you know me, I like to go. I don't want to give up. It's like some of these cars we pulled out, like we went well into the night in Oak Ridge, just because we was rigging it wrong. There's like a 4-foot
Yeah.
drop, 4 or 5 feet straight down, and then there's the car, and so I was like, oh, it'll pull out. So we rig it, and obviously it didn't. We snapped cables, snapped ropes, and then
Yeah, you're
eventually.
gonna need extra cables for your winch.
Yeah,
Also, knowing us, we're probably gonna break so many.
Well, yeah, but I'm going synthetic. So like.
Oh yeah, the synthetic is better.
I'll try those. I mean, they're.
None of the tow companies use synthetic.
I mean,
that I've seen.
I don't know if they're doing. I don't know if tow trucks. They actually even make those. But you could always swap the cables out. I mean, I don't know. They're just. It's either or.
Oh, don't kick. You got a cat.
Here's my other one. I know.
There was a question about the It Works truck.
Oh, the tailgate, your old truck.
Yeah, your old
People
truck.
miss your tailgate, your or non-tailgate. Well, you got one in there now, actually.
Yeah, I got a new tailgate. It's black. The It Works sign has since rotted away. It's no more. I was gonna keep it, but I left it outside in the rain and it just rotted. But it's still at the house. I still got the truck. My dad gave me that truck actually because I didn't have a vehicle to drive at the time, so he gave me that one. And yep, sitting in the house. I put the winch that was on it on the ProMaster van, and I haven't got to use it yet. But if I ever get the ProMaster van stuck again, at least I got a winch now.
Well, we're not keeping the ProMaster.
Yeah. Okay, if anybody wants to buy the ProMaster van, I'll be selling that.
We needed to pay for this RV.
No, we're gonna get rid of the RV, the old RV. We're gonna get rid of the van, and then that's gonna help us pay off a couple more bills, which will make it easier to pay for this thing.
And people are asking about how to get your autograph. Well, when we're in town, there is a section turned on the website where you can get a signed golf ball.
Do you still have that?
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't
But
turned my.
since we're not in town, I can't mail things, so I
Yeah.
have it turned off.
I do love that idea, but like, I just couldn't. I'm terrible about shipping things myself because people were buying them, and it would take me like I'd be so late on shipping them out. So.
Man. Well, I think we got the point across that we're going to South Atlanta next to see if we can find William and Ralph.
South Alabama.
South Alabama.
Right. Yeah.
And there's a very good chance he's down there and we'll find him. But make sure you guys subscribe to both our channels and stay tuned. And I think we're going to be going live like every day on this trip just because it's fun and everybody, we get to interact with everybody. So, I don't know, you'll probably go live tomorrow.
Carrie wants us to keep talking. Maybe we can do a wasted air tonight. But we got to do that other thing.
Yeah, I got to do another thing and then I got to do, it's a busy night. Then I got to go to bed, you know, because I'm old.
And thank God we got gel mats for the beds.
Yeah.
Man, you sound all spoiled.
Okay, RV mattresses are one step up from sleeping on the floor. Just saying.
Right.
This old body can't do that.
Raise your hand if you want wasted air.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I wanted to put this out there. This is still in the works. But while we have all you amazing people on here,
No, naked Captain Light. What is going on?
That's how they want talent.
we are trying to get a camera person eventually to be able to film, help us film things as we grow our operations, trying to do things ourselves. We just can't film everything ourselves easily. So if you guys are preferably in Columbia, Central South Carolina area, or around Atlanta, Georgia area, and you interested in filming, please email me at adambrownvlogs@gmail.com and let me know. Yeah, that's my announcement.
That was
plan
the
on coming to Kentucky. Anytime soon.
frequently. I mean, Kentucky's not far. If there's something to do, we'll go. Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolina.
Kentucky, I know there's actually some other vehicles that I found that still need to be looked through more thoroughly. So we will be back to Kentucky.
Oh, they want me
eventually.
to show my face. Not today.
You want me to
About
turn
to get in
this?
the shower. I'm good.
She's all natural today, and she is not getting on camera. That's her word. Cat Toy Lady, are you giving therapy? Hee hee. Any friends of the station? Yeah, you got any friends of the station? Yeah, you worked with
Wait.
camera people.
I forget. I forget how much I've told people about. Oh, I don't work there anymore. I used to work at the news station. Yeah, there's a lot of great camera people, but
Have they all ghosted you now because you left
they're
them?
busy at that job. I need someone who can do like part-time work, come with us when we go out, which is not consistent. So, it is a paid thing. You know, but we just want someone who wants to learn about YouTube and grow themselves in videography. So, if you guys know anybody,
Derek wants us to come to Columbus. I don't think we're going to make it there.
smash that thumbs up. Yep.
And yes, I would be a good camera person, but we have a 7-year-old that would kill themselves
Well, soon,
doing something stupid.
yeah, your kids will be the camera people for
It
free.
is- It is not raining here. It's supposed to rain off and on tomorrow, but hopefully it doesn't. It's more off than on. Let's get off of here. Glad you guys joined me. We might just do a wasted air tonight if we have time. If you're up to it, I know you're sleepy.
I'm
Yeah.
down. I'm good now.
And you have to shave, so
Nah, that's too late. I'm trying to look like you, man.
you're getting there. You have to
You,
get
you have to go white.
you have to get gray though first. I gotta
Mine
shave.
just grows long.
I gotta shave all this nonsense off and just leave the white goatee. That's my new trademark. That's like, you know it's me if I got the white goatee. And then I'm gonna start dyeing it. Like every time there's a holiday, like Valentine's Day, I'll dye it pink. And then like St. Patrick's Day, green. And then
Karen's
your
reminding
birthday.
You to brush your teeth.
Yeah. Listen, I've been in the river. I use river water. So.
That's when I brush my. That's why I take a shower. Actually, is when I'm in the river, just get cleaned up with the mud and stuff. Okay, we're going, but we will see you guys tomorrow on another
What
live.
is wasted air? People are asking.
Wasted Air is our other channel where we essentially do this exact same thing, except we talk about nonsense, anything and everything nonstop. Essentially, we just hang out and BS.
Kind of like this, where we're getting off topic a little bit. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the entire thing is exactly what you're watching. But we decided, to go live on this channel to give you guys an update on what's going on with the missing people that we're looking for yesterday. But we'll go live tomorrow again on his channel and my channel, most likely. And fingers crossed, we go live because we found someone.
Yeah.
So we will see what happens. But either way, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, notification bell, all that good stuff. And until tomorrow comes, have a good night.
Yeah. Have a great night.
Have a great night.
See y'all then.